Hello, Abigail here with the Tarotscopes for Aquarius season, Cancer Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, my Cancer people, this season is a lot. You're also in the middle slash end of the Mars retrograde in Cancer, which is really important because it's going through a really pivotal, pivotal house for you. And it's a lot. And this spread really speaks about Martian energy and the intensity you're going through. I will add, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, but if you are a Cancer Mars, this also applies to you because you are coming into your Mars return, and especially if you're like mid to late degrees, this is your exact Mars return. Um, this is really important stuff. There's also, the minute we go into Aquarius season, we have Pluto and the Sun conjunction. Then the minute we're over into Pisces season, eclipse season, Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Neptune moving into Aries, and later in the year, Saturn into Aries, Uranus into Gemini. All of those major outer planets are moving. Pluto just moved last year officially into Aquarius. So this year, 2025, is the year of shedding. And as we're going to the first official season, because we get this with the Gregorian calendar, we get Capricorn season cut in two. It's important to know this is a big, big year. And it does feel as though we've lived a year in the first few days of this year. So does it get any better? I don't think that's really the question to ask. It is, how can I exemplify the energy that I bring into the world, and how can I shine brighter regardless of what is happening? Don't put pressure on yourself to do this now because of that Mars retrograde, but this is about coming home to self. And I really do love the card you get for your signifier card. It is Animus. And I think it's really beautiful. It is that spark of initiation. It is that breath of life. What breathes life into you, Cancer? And right now with Mars and Cancer, you're like nothing. Everything is suffocating. It is that, fallen Mars doing the really minute and painfully slow work that Mars does in Cancer, which is really beautiful and has a lot of lovely consistency and joy in it. But it is not easy. But so this season, while we're dealing with that, ask yourself, what gives me life? What feeds me, brings me joy, satisfies me, makes me feel alive? All those external expectations are falling away this year. When I was meditating on 2025, the word shedding came to mind. This year, especially since, Saturn and Neptune are going to Aries, but they'll be back in Pisces by the time we end 2025, and things won't really settle in until 2026. This year is about change and transformation. And my clients are all like, I have changed and transformed a lot. Is it done? And it's like, well, this is a different kind. This is that kind of final shed that you've done all the work and there's some pieces hanging off and you really want to move forward, but there's still some dead weight, and the universe is going to just slide that off. And it's up to us to release our little claw-like fingers from those final things that need to go. So yeah, this season is about this breath of life. What gives you life? And pursue that and trust that and believe that that is going to hold you over and bring you more joy than maybe all of the expectations you've ever had put on you you could ever imagine. Because I know every Cancer person I know, or every one of the heavy Cancer placements, always has such a huge amount of expectation put on them. We do start off with a lovely card. I love this. This is the Four of Swords. I love these little owlets cuddled up with the swords. Mars is about cutting and slicing and blades. There are swords in the spread. It is time to rest. It is time to refresh and recuperate. You're not going to get a whole lot done in a Mars retrograde. What does happen is very universe led. I have a lot of people, not really taking any action and stuff's happening. That type of stuff's going to happen. But like the labor and the planting and, that, you're not going to see that return until later, probably after the Venus retrograde, which ends in April, early April. So rest. This is not the time to get stuff done. This is the time to marinate and to recenter, and to reacquaint yourself with the things that truly set you alight and give you light. As a sign ruled by the moon, you need to be in flow with your surroundings, to be in flow with the people you are with. The moon has a really short cycle, um, constantly changing and shifting. You need to be in an environment where you can do that. And if you're not, the universe is going to be culling through there and plucking those situations and people and places out of your life. And the only thing you have to do is let it go and make sure that you grieve what you need to grieve, because that's very important, especially for cancers. You need to feel pain in order to appreciate the depth and the beauty. Not pain as in things done to you, although we're getting to that, but as in like when you lose something, you need to feel it. Hiding from it will do nothing but create this false dichotomy and this movement that is not true to you. The reason I said we're getting to stuff that other people do to you is we do have Three of Swords. So much processing this season for you. Let it be processed. Let it hurt. Because the only way that you can move through your pain is by recognizing it. And the only way you can treat a wound is by pulling out the thing that caused it. It's a very hard process. It's also dangerous. If you've ever done anything with wound care or anything like that, if there is something in you, you don't want to pull it out until you have the tools to stop the blood, and to patch it up. So be careful about timing. Don't bite off more than you can chew when it comes to healing. But there are some wounds that I think you are ready to heal, that you are ready to see the cause, take it out, and start to heal. And not all of those wounds will heal completely. As someone who has a tricky Chiron placement, I will tell you that not all wounds are healable, but all wounds are tendable. All wounds can be cared for. And that is what Mars is calling you to do. Also, Mars is fire, which is a cauterizer. One really grim and fast and dirty way to stop blood is to take something really hot and to put it on the wound. Obviously, we only do this in really extreme situations. This is not me suggesting anyone do this. However, in really intense times, that is one way to stop a wound and to get it to stop doing it. There are obviously other complications. I'm going on autistic rant now, but know that I think that's going to happen. There is a bit of a trial by fire. We do have this lovely, Queen of Wands, and this is this reminder to care for that internal world and to care for the fire that you have within you, to care for the passionate side, to care for the side that wants to tell people to go, F themselves. Every Cancer I know has that side, and no one tends to like it because a lot of people like to utilize Cancer for the very nice, comfortable things that they bring to the table. But your rage and wildness is essential to who you are. Also, Cancer is the crab, it's also associated with the ocean. You are a wild, raging, untethered being, and you deserve to be that. And you don't always have to be this soft, tender, gentle person. Obviously, not every Cancer presents that way, but the amount of pressure y'all have, I don't know. Like, I have a lot of pressure because I have a lot of earth signs, so everyone expects my stability. LOL. They don't know how many fire signs I have. But you get to be more than just a comfortable place for someone else. So let your freak flag fly. Let yourself rage. Let yourself feel that Martian frustration and let it be a catalyst for you getting in touch with that animus that lives inside of you. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Very practical. What do you have? And what do you need? I think this is more of an end of the season card. But yeah, this is a very fixed sign card. And Aquarius is a fixed sign. What do you have and what do you need? And how do you get it? Obviously, I don't think all those answers are going to come right away, but take stock. Once you've rested and sat with your wounds and raged a bit, once we get towards the end, what do you need? What is there for you? And what have you accumulated that is going to help you move forward with the things that you want and desire and satisfy you? Like, now that we know what we want, how do we get there? Um, and in those moments of instability and of needing to do something, this is what you can do. Taking stock of what's around you, what you have at your disposal, what you internally bring to the table. It's a very second house card. Um, ask yourselves those really important questions. And then last but not least, we have the death card. So much is passing away. The death card can be frightening. This is a very kind of graphic death card. But it is the reminder that everything has its space and time and purpose. And even in maybe something that might be considered a failure or the death of a dream, it turns into something that creates growth for other things. Death is endings, but it's also composting and decomposition. The things that we allow to rot away and to find a new place in the order of things when we can no longer embrace them become a rich soil for the seeds that we have to plant. So, like I said earlier, allow yourself to grieve and feel your feelings, but also know that you should have your funerals for those hopes and dreams. You should have those last rites and those sacred moments, and also then let them become what they need to become: relationships, jobs, things that just didn't work out. Let them become fertile soil for you or for others. Anyways, my loves, that is my reading for my Cancers. I know you're under pressure. I wish you all the best, and I wish you peace and rest in this season as well, wherever you can find it. If you want more on the astrology, I have a video about the astrology of Aquarius season. I love you all. Blessed Aquarius season, and I'll see you in a different space and time.